So you're thinking of building a new home. Maybe you want to raise your kids in a better neighborhood, have them go to better schools. Maybe you just need larger spaces. What about a whole house renovation, like a gourmet kitchen, a three-car garage, possibly even two new bedrooms for the twins? Yeah, I've probably heard it all. Well, at least most of it anyways. So if you're building or renovating your house, then taking action on what you learn in this short training video will give you the most valuable thing you can do on this project. Now, I know I'm making a huge statement, but I can say this because it will help you avoid the number one most costly mistake made when doing a building project. I'm sure you've heard the term on time and on budget. I'm also sure you have heard horror stories about friends and relatives who have never achieved it. This concept is an important one. It's used on all big projects, whether it's road construction, airports, even major motion pictures. Successful projects meet their target, and that target is completing a project within the planned time frame and within the planned budget. Many times it does not happen, and for your project, that's bad. That's really bad. Now, there are many reasons projects might not be on time or on budget, but by far the number one reason is lack of planning in the early phases. See, here's the thing. At some point when building your home, you're going to discover something that's going to make it better. It always happens, and I promise you it's a given. For example, you may discover a window that, if moved, provides a better view. Maybe moving a doorway creates a better flow through a room or allows you to keep grandma's antique Davenport. But what if that design change could save you, say, 10% on the cost of lumber or dramatically improve the livability of the space? All of these have happened and they're real examples, and you can count on this fact. Sooner or later, you're going to want to make a change. When shortcuts are taken and you rush through the design phase, then you do not discover any of the options you have until the concrete's already been poured. Or even worse, you discovered that what you have is not what you want. Homeowners who have builders start before a full needs and options review is conducted regularly shortchange their design, or even worse, they shortchange themselves. See, late discovery can leave you crying if I'd only known. That's why I created the needs and options review. Every project should have 5 phases, and changes can be made anywhere within the process. They are in order: number 1, a needs and options review; number 2, concept design; number 3, building documentation, which is where the blueprints are drawn; 4, bidding and negotiation, and that's kind of exactly what it sounds like; and then 5, the building phase or construction. If you discover better options early, then you can make the changes effortlessly. Make your discoveries or changes later and you will pay exponentially more. Or worse, you will live in a house where you have settled for less. Here's an indication of how rapidly costs can increase the later you make changes. It's entirely possible that they can be upwards of 50 times more in the building phase than in the needs and option review phase. This picture tells the whole story. When I see this, I imagine the guy pointing and saying, "If I'd only known." With a needs and options review, you will never have to utter these tragic words. Take a look at this graph. Time is on the bottom, it's in the x-axis. As time progresses, the opportunity to make changes decreases. Common sense for sure, I know, but we know it's a lot easier to change the location of the concrete footing before it's been placed in the ground. Now this graph represents the relative cost to make a change. As you can see, as time progresses, changes get increasingly more expensive. So the best time to make a change is at the beginning of the project, proving why a thorough needs and options review should be your first step. As Abraham Lincoln said, "If I had 9 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend the first 6 sharpening my axe." Abe understood that proper preparation early on can save a lot of time and a lot of effort in the long run. Ask any painter, whether it's painting a home or a car, and he will tell you quality paint job is 90% preparation, 10% painter. So if I combine these two charts, you can see that at the beginning of the project, the opportunity for change is greatest and the cost to make the change is least. This is the point in the process where we want to thoroughly explore your options. And this is why a proper needs and options review saves time and saves money. Oftentimes I'm asked, do I need a needs and options review? I know what I want. So here's a quick test to find out. Take out a pen and paper and give yourself a score of 1 through 10 for each of my following questions, 10 obviously being the best. Number 1, how clear are you on exactly what you need? Number 2, how aware are you of all the various options your site will accommodate? Number 3, How confident are you that you are aware of all the legal requirements? Number 4, how aware are you of the process you will need to have in place to get the project completed on time and on budget? Number 5, how confident are you that your budget will achieve your needs? Don't worry about not being able to answer these questions yet. The Needs and Options review will help fill in the gaps and get you ready to move into the design phase. This process was developed years ago when I saw a huge issue in the construction industry when people were starting to design and construct before they had fully done their research and homework. I would see many building projects go over time and over budget. In fact, my first clients came to me after they started construction. I was asked to fix the mess they were in. They had never heard of a needs and options review before. The consequence of inadequate upfront research, research that a client needs, is like building a house on a bad foundation. Foundations are the most important part of the whole house because obviously everything is built on top of them, and it's very expensive to change the foundations once you've started. Yet, it's very easy to change them if they are simple lines in a design sketch. This is what makes my firm different. More time is spent on the research than most other firms who rush their clients into the design phase. The approach is different. In fact, I will only work with clients who are prepared to do the needs and options review properly. I will not rush this step. It will cause cost overruns later because shortcuts were taken. It will lengthen the construction time due to changes. And why would you want to start a project without establishing a good foundation? The Needs and Options review is the most important step you can take because it lays the foundation for a successful project. Once complete, the valuable insights you gain from this first phase can be used by us or any other architect and will ultimately produce a better result for you. So back to the original question, can I save money by not paying for a Needs and Options review? Sure, go ahead and skip this step. Meet with somebody who will give you a few free ideas, and then he will rush you into the design phase. I have a better answer. Not investing the time in a full Needs and Options review can be the most expensive decision you make during your project. The most cost-effective time to discover your options is now. To book your Needs and Options session, complete the form below. Someone will contact you shortly to schedule a suitable time. Thank you for watching this brief training video. I look forward to working with you soon. Complete the form now and book your Needs and Options review.